for the most part.
Alrighty.
Things are looking good. I should make sure that's muted. That is muted. Everything's muted. All right.
Sweet.
Beautiful. I think we're live. It's like I never know. and okay. Well, everybody.
Let's do it.
According to the thing, we're streaming live, so let's just start the show. Hi, guys, and welcome. This is Awesome Hardware, the live show I do every week with Kyle. We stream live to twitch.tv/awesomehardware. We also stream to each of our YouTube channels right now. We're streaming part A, or the first half of episode number 78. It is September 20th, 2016, and after we do my half for about an hour or so, we're going to switch over to Kyle's half, which will be on his channel, which is linked down in the description below, and it should be good times.
Twitter's still saying we're late and there's nothing on screen.
I lie like a cheap rug. What?
I am on the Awesome Hardware
It says we're live.
chat.
It does say viewers 0, which is strange.
Whatever, fuck them all.
No, it's live.
Okay.
Did it freeze?
Maybe.
That would be crappy.
Let me check.
Actually, my browser's frozen. It's on my laptop, fortunately.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
not what we're actually streaming with.
I will check right here.
Yeah, it says we're streaming to Twitch. Yeah, we're fine.
All right.
We're streaming.
Why people are going
We're
crazy?
not live. We're not live on Twitch.
It must be Twitch's fault. Oh yeah, I don't know why I did the freaking that link.
It says Twitch Awesome Hardware. I have no idea why.
And you can't tell because your browser's frozen.
Yeah.
It says we're offline on my computer.
All right. Well, I'll cut this. I'll restart the Twitch stream then, just to make things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome Hardware. Awesome Hardware.
Can you guys hear us? Is it just the video?
Yeah, it's just, no, everything's fine on YouTube. I think it's just the Twitch feed that's not working properly.
Right.
Weed. Might be
Could
the
just
weed.
be Twitch.
Could be the weed. All right,
It's
it says we're live streaming to Twitch now too.
Okay.
So that's good. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze.
Ugh!
Maybe.
Get away.
I might sneeze.
Look that way.
Never mind. It went away.
It's gonna come back later when I least expect it.
Probably.
Oh, it went away. Yeah.
Most likely, it will come back at
Rest in peace,
at some
headphone
point.
users.
Why is my browser acting all funky?
What?
Anyway, we're live, so I should do the stuff that we do at the beginning of the show.
Start the show, damn
Hello,
it.
everyone, and welcome. It's Awesome Hardware. I've already said most of the stuff that we say, so let's move on to selling stuff. If you guys want to help support us, if you're not already impressed with how the show's going, like how I have that right there over chat, then help us by shopping at our stores. My store is paulshardware.net or store.paulshardware.net. Pint glasses are back in stock.
.net?
I forgot to respond to John's
It's a whole
email
different
about this,
website.
but hey, pint glasses are back, so if you guys have been waiting to get the 20-ounce English pub glasses,
I was gonna say, woo!
they
This
just came back in stock.
Sorry.
So check those out. Available as a single or set of 2. Also shirts and
Set of 2,
zip-up
baby.
hoodies. Check out the zip-up hoodie. It's very warm.
It's getting cold.
Winter's coming.
It's getting cold. All you people who don't live where we live.
Indeed. Is that your logo? Did you update the logo?
No, well, I did, but just a placeholder.
Oh, okay.
It was one of the preset ones that Squarespace had.
It looks great. You should use that. Bitwit.tech/store is Kyle's store. He also has a selection of shirts in a variety of humorous designs.
Yes.
And everyone check those out.
They're all great.
All right. Before we move on to the show proper, let's drink some beer. How about that?
Beer.
What are we drinking?
So I have a Green Flash West Coast IPA. It's actually a double India Pale Ale.
No. That's
like-
twice as
Which is like the best kind of beer ever.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll decide that later in the show if
Maybe.
it really is or not.
Maybe we might.
The best kind of beer.
Maybe perhaps. What are you drinking?
I am drinking, I don't know, Mother Earth Brewing Company's Syntax, which is an Imperial Stout.
Nice.
Gonna get hammered. 8.1%.
Mine's 8.12.
Buy cold and drink now. Oh, so we're on equal footing.
Shit.
For once.
I guess we have to drink it now because the bottle said so.
Which is weird, considering that we're playing, are we doing Face Off later?
Yes.
Usually we're not on equal footing. That was the joke there.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Probably went over most.
Sorry.
All right. Yay for beer.
Woo!
Cheers.
Cheers.
So the show begins.
Cheers to all of you drinking beverages at home. Whether they be adult
Assuming-
beverages or water.
Assuming you're of age and doing it responsibly, of course.
Yep.
All right.
Doing it.
let's start with hot and heavy. No, wrong one. Hot and heavy hardware.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have some hardware news to discuss here. That's assuming. See, what I was gonna try to do here is actually have my half of the show up here, so I can actually talk to YouTube chat.
Why do I keep yawning? I need more beer.
I don't know.
I need second wind.
Drink more. Figure stuff out. All right.
It's bad. I didn't drink a lot before the show, which is why it's all fucked up.
That's strange. Somehow I have to figure out what's going on with that. All right, so hot and heavy hardware. We're going to start off with hardware that you can't buy yet, but people are really excited about buying when it's available at some point. Kaby Lake. Yay, the i7-7700. Although, Anthony, if you're watching, I think this is a typo in your headline. Because the headline says 7700, but the article says 7700K.
Hey, ooh.
Anthony, you should go fix that.
Yep.
Anyway, basically, it's gone up for sale on a website from Estonia.
Estonia.
Yes, it's being sold by an Estonian online retailer. The original story here is actually from VRZone.com. Let's pull that up really quick. And see, here it is. Pilt Pudub. I don't know what Pilt Pudub means.
Is that an offer code?
It's if you translate Core i7-7700K into Estonian, it's Pilt Pudub. Being sold here for 360 euros and 35 European cents. Is that a cent? Is that what is a fraction of a euro?
Coins?
Is it a cent? Euro coins?
Mini euros.
Doubloons. Perhaps, I don't know. Anyway.
Pences?
But yeah, there's not a whole lot, honestly, to say other than that this was listed by this retailer. It just means that, hey, these exist and they are going to go up for sale. This could be an indication of a price. $400 US sounds like what they would want to try to sell a 7700K for. Also seems like more expensive than they could. Like, remember when the 2600K, 3770K launched? Those were all in the $330, $350 range, I feel like, right?
Did you say 3570K?
I'm talking about the equivalent of this. So this is 7700K. If we just stick with the top line CPU
of Core i7s, yeah.
Of Core i7s on the mainstream, not enthusiast, then it's 7700K, 6700K. Before that would be 4790K.
Mm-hmm.
Before that was 4770K.
Mm-hmm.
Before that was 3770K. And before that was 2600K.
Yep.
There was also a 2700K in there.
Right.
That came out a little bit after the 2600K. How do I remember all that stuff? I forget so many things. Yet somehow I remember all
I feel like those are the CPUs we've probably worked with most, though, or like
That's
the
true.
high-end flagship
That's true.
Core i7s, so
Yeah, but I
got some exposure.
But I do feel like Intel's asking price at launch for that flagship quad-core with hyper-threading mainstream chip has been climbing fairly steadily. Granted, it hasn't exploded in price quite as much as like their $1,000 processor, which is now $1,700.
Galaxy Note 7 joke? I like how you slipped that in. I see what you did there.
It was totally intentional.
Explosive technology. So what's with this Turbo Boost feature? This new Turbo Boost feature that I'm seeing in your notes.
I don't know. That was probably a bad copy paste.
4.5 gigahertz under Turbo Boost.
Yeah, I didn't. I must not have highlighted the whole word boost.
Ah, okay.
What Anthony was saying in the article is that
scary.
they list some specs, including that it's 8 threads at 4.2 gigahertz. But we already know from Intel that the Turbo Boost is going to be 4.5 gigahertz. So yeah. But anyway, these aren't going to be out till January or February, probably Q1 of next year. So it's sad. It's sad for builds this holiday season. People are going to be building computers knowing that this is right on the horizon.
Yep.
Same goes for AMD, though, because their Zen processors are definitely not going to be out this year. Indeed, even the AM4 AM4-based motherboards, we're still not totally sure about. But at least we have pictures, so we can look at the pictures and say, wow.
They look very
that's
similar.
That's a picture of a CPU socket. This, in particular, was leaked by, I don't know where this came from. The article is OC3D.net, but the source is WCCF Tech.
Of course it is.
Anyway, so there's an AM4 socket, guys. Looking straight at one. Looks very, very similar to an AM3 socket, but it is different. For instance, if you were to count all those little holes in it, it has 1,331 pins. That's how many pins these.
I can tell just from looking at the picture.
This will also confirm, some people were like, oh, is AMD going to go LGA for this? I don't think they can. I think Intel might have...
that shit?
I think Intel might have a patent on LGA or something like that. I'm not positive about that. I'm just speculating, just to be clear. But still going to be PGA, so the pins are still going to be on the CPU side. The socket is roughly the same size, but they are fitting more pins in there. AM3 Plus socket had 942 pins.
That's a lot less pins.
Which is weird because it's only just a few more pins than socket 939, and that was like back in 2005, 2006. But anyway, that is more than 40% more pins. And then it's also rumored, of course, to have support for 3200 megahertz dual channel DDR4, as well as up to 24 PCI Express lanes, depending on the motherboard's chipset. And as we have discussed here on the show before, there's still many questions when it comes to AMD Zen as far as what you're going to get with the non-Zen CPUs or APUs that you can buy before Zen launches, whether the motherboards you're going to be able to buy before Zen launches will be compatible with Zen, or if you'll need a special chipset for Zen or anything like that. Still all up in the air, but hopefully there will be some upgrade path for that kind of thing.
Or if like the flagship Zen, only the flagship Zen's CPUs will actually have the full 24 PCIe lanes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just kind of like the Intel Enthusiast platform and whatnot.
Yeah, so I mean there's still loads of specs that are still not determined yet. We do know, of course, that however that they will have PCIe Gen 3, so that is nice. It'd be good to have mainstream AMD CPUs with PCIe Gen 3. USB 3.1 support for Gen 2 3.1, 10 gigabit per second, as well as NVMe support, so advances newer storage technology support, of course. And then they also have a new mounting hole spacing, and this is perhaps something to pay attention to if you're considering like an upgrade path, because one thing that AMD has done for a while, Intel's actually been pretty good about it too now for a while on their mainstream socket, is AMD's had the same mounting mechanism for their CPUs for quite some time. However, that is going to be changing, and it looks like, at least according to some of the early pictures we've seen, this is also from Overclock 3D, this is a HP board, and it's a square board. It looks kind of a, I'm not sure what the form factor is here. I don't know.
Probably
if
for like a proprietary
pre-built.
Most
likely,
HP.
Yes, like
Something
what
like
Kyle
that.
said. It's going into a design specifically designed HP scheme, HP system, so they don't have to worry about a motherboard standard. But you can see the mounting holes for the socket are actually more of a square pattern here, similar to the layout that we have seen with Intel. So you also don't have a big plastic bracket on the board. So
That's nice.
Who knows? I mean, potentially they might even have gone with a layout here that's even compatible with existing Intel layouts. Like I doubt it, but who knows? They might want to be able to advertise, hey, all of those CPU coolers that you've used, you know, you don't need a new one that's compatible with it, but that still remains to be seen.
Yeah.
But clearly they are going away from the old design of mounting the CPU and securing the heatsink.
Cool.
Yay.
That's fun.
All right, that's the most exciting news in the hot and heavy hardware. This is kind of, fellow is kind of a slow news week this week. There are a few things. We have the Google Pixel leaks and stuff.
Next
like
up,
that.
it's a power supply.
Oh, I know why. It's because of the Apple. It was because of Apple events.
They
and stuff
stole
like
everything.
that.
They
And-
stole all the press.
Well, it's just like no one else wants to like announce
compete with
products
that.
against the Apple stuff, and we usually don't discuss the Apple stuff in too much detail here. So
We should have had Apple Week or something, where we only talk about
or we
Apple
just
stuff.
talk about Apple. We switch to
Watch
Mac,
the viewership
switch to Macs for the week.
plummet to all-time lows.
Hey, power supply fans, you not fans of the people who enjoy power supplies. EVGA has a wide variety of power supplies. They do a pretty good job with them. We've used and recommended them many times. The new EVGA G2L series, they've added an L to. That means light, because there are now LEDs. LED stands for light emitting diode. So look, these plugs on the EVGA power supplies,
Or it stands for lit.
or lit, built-in LED illumination.
Or-
I thought these were going to be RGB at first, but it looks like they're just white.
I was hearing different things actually, like
Yeah.
from people in comments, and like I don't know if it was an article, but at one point I read today like RGB, and I was like, I thought they were just white too. So I guess they are.
I thought they were RGB, but these look just white. I don't know. These are actually these connectors I have seen used. Actually, originally saw used in a Roswell Lightning power supply.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
A long time ago.
Right.
So, the EVGA, this has been done before, but you know, Not with EVGA power supplies.
Yeah. And
That
can you turn the lights off?
I don't know. I'm really not sure.
Like how would that? I mean, is it
That's a
soft?
good
I wonder if
question.
it's software enabled. Controlled.
I would say I doubt it, because usually for something like that you would need a switch or some physical thing, unless there's a switch on the opposite side. Wait, they have pictures.
Oh yeah, there's probably
They
just a
have
hardware
pictures.
switch.
Pictures.
Come on. Nope.
Cabling looks, fine.
It's all black.
It's all black.
Sleeved. None of that.
Pictures.
That black shite. Oh yeah, LED
Yes,
on off.
LED
Nice.
on off switch.
And an eco.
Oh yeah. And you can be like,
Cool.
do you hate the planet or do you love the planet?
I hate it today.
Apparently EVGA ships it in a default I hate the planet mode.
They're scumbags.
Bastards. That's why whenever I hang out with Jacob, he's always littering everywhere, and spitting on baby seals. And that's not true. I mean,
Spitting on baby seals.
It's slanderous.
Whipping them with power
That's
supply
a-
cables.
That's his hobby. All right, here's a motherboard I saw. I saw somebody tweet about this, and I forget who it was.
Me.
Was it Brian? Shoot, who tweeted about this?
I don't know.
I forget. I'm sorry, but anyway, this is an ASRock motherboard. I don't think it's available yet, but it should be available soon because there's pictures of it and everything. and they
Hyper
seem to be
affordable.
advertising it. This is a hyper affordable motherboard.
That's a new one.
I thought it was interesting because it's very cheap. It's $60. So if you wanted to get on the on the Intel train with the Skylake processors, and you don't want to do an overclockable one, so something like a 6100, like an i3 6100, and something like this, you could get up and running for very very inexpensive
It's pretty cool.
price.
I like
wish,
that.
I wish they had more pictures.
Micro
of it here.
ATX looks like. From the
So
looks of
let's
it.
just look at the image. Zoom in on the image. Oh, look at that.
Or no, is it mini ITX? It's like a extended
This is
mini
like
ITX?
I like to call this form factor Slim Micro ATX. That's made up. I made that up, but it is the height from top to bottom of Micro ATX, but it is not the width. So it's not quite as wide. It only goes.
Okay.
This is only slightly wider than a standard mini ITX motherboard.
I see.
But up to 32 gigs of memory. That's assuming you go with 16 gig DIMM, since there's only 2 DIMM slots. PCI Express 3.0 by 16 slot for your graphics card. Single expansion slot, although it is PCIe Gen 2. Bear that in mind. But hey, you can drop a single. Gen 2 for your basic, simple expansion cards like a sound card or something like that. That's all you
Probably
really
won't
need.
make much of a difference anyway.
Yeah. 4 SATA 6 gigabit per second ports, 4 USB 3.0 ports, although they are counting in those 4 USB 3, 2
The
here,
2 at the front.
as well as 2 via the front panel header.
But that's even cool that they have an internal header for USB 3.
Yeah.
Usually most boards at that price point don't.
Really? They just don't even have one on there?
They just won't have one.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of them do. Maybe some. There are some out there, but it's kind of nice that they have that there.
Yeah, so gigabit Ethernet via a Realtek chip, 4+1 phase power delivery, and from visually looking at it here, I don't know how else you
Neutral.
would look at it. Yeah, I mean, a pretty simple color scheme, looks decent. You know, it's even got some cooling, active cooling, or not active cooling, but some passive cooling on the VRMs. I noticed very, very slim on the I/O here. I mean, you got a PS2 ports for mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
A single DVI out. They're saving costs here. No HDMI. They don't have to pay an HDMI licensing fee for that. Single DVI out, but if you add a graphics card, you can get around that. And pretty limited as far as USB connectivity.
Still has an
So
audio jack though.
It does still have an audio jack, so it does have that over the iPhone 7. So.
And it's $60.
And it's $60. So. If you guys are building a super budget system, I don't know. I might consider tossing this board into a
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
cheap build or something like that.
Is it already out or is it just announced?
I think it's just been announced.
Okay.
September 7th.
Nice.
This is. Yeah, expect a sub $60 price.
That's like something I'd use for. That's what I should have used for Wifey Sauce's build.
Oh yeah.
Because she like hardly ever uses it for gaming or anything. So she has a way more. She has an OP system for what she really uses it for. Something like that would be nice. Drop in a Core i3.
So you're saying you're not gonna build your wife a water cooled system? I mean, you could.
Only
Could always do it.
only idiots would do that, Paul.
What are you talking about?
Kind of
my wife
kind of stupid.
has been playing lots of
stupid
video
thing.
games on her water cooled system.
Oh yeah,
I
well
will
if you
have
yeah
know.
if she's playing video games, that's fine.
will.
But you know, Otherwise,
defend it vigorously.
It's dumb.
Okay. That's all for hot and heavy hardware. Let's move on to Tales from Space.
Tales.
This is a slightly shorter episode of Tales from Space this week, because our mood in the Tales from Space segment has been somewhat dampened because SpaceX. We get excited about SpaceX, but they have had kind of some rough times just recently, due, of course, mainly to the September 1st Falcon 9 rocket explosion that happens. That rocket, we talked about that here on the show. A correction, in case any of you guys have been waiting for one, we talked about that being a Facebook satellite going to provide internet to Africa. That was completely false. It's actually an Israeli telecommunications satellite. But I don't know how those Facebook satellite rumors started.
No.
But they seem to gain some traction. Anyway. So in the aftermath of that explosion on September 1st, SpaceX, for their part, has been trying to figure out what the hell happens. They still do not exactly know. It seems to be very much a mystery to them. They've been like reaching out on Twitter and stuff for people to send pictures of it and everything to give them more information. But according to this specific article, the score, as of now, because every time you have a failed launch, your score resets to 0, is ULA, United Launch Alliance 111, Ariane 73. I hope I'm pronouncing the Ariane. That's the EU. That's in the EU. This is the Airbus.
Is it Italian?
It's Europe.
Oh, okay.
Which Italy is part of.
It's Ariane space.
Ariane 73. SpaceX down to 0 because of their most recent failed launch. Anyway, lots of text in this article. Let's get rid of that. So SpaceX is less than 15 years old now, since it was founded by Elon Musk.
It's a teenager.
Originally, after he left PayPal. They offer rocket rides up into orbit for $62 million, which is very, very, very cheap compared to how much independent companies or private companies would have to pay for to get something up into space beforehand.
It sounds cheap.
SpaceX has had a lot of success in this realm by making first off by being a privately funded company, and second off by cutting costs in a lot of different areas in order to get rockets into space for a lot cheaper. However, it seems to have come at a cost, and right now they're dealing with the backlash of a lot of that. That being, rockets exploding, and that not being a good thing for them. So up until June 2015, they actually had 20 straight successful launches. That was when the CRS-7 mission exploded in mid-flight, which we also talked about last year on the show. SpaceX quickly regained its footing, however, returning to flight December of last year and sticking its first landing on Earth in the process. And then they had 9 more successful launches before the September 1st explosion. SpaceX, as I've already mentioned, have been tweeting, trying to find any additional evidence as to figure out why this explosion actually happens. I have no evidence to prove that it was a conspiracy theory by United Launch Alliance and Ariane sabotaging it. I have no basis for even saying that at all. Anyway, in the meantime, United Launch Alliance, which is a combined effort between Boeing and Lockheed, has had a successful launch just recently of the OSIRIS-REx mission, or I don't know what to call it. It's like a probe. OSIRIS-REx it's going to an asteroid, and it's actually going to go and get bits of the asteroid and bring it back to Earth. It's going to take quite a few years. I forget what year it actually returns back. I think it's like 2020 or something like that. But, getting stuff from an asteroid and bringing it back, that's kind of cool. That was United Launch Alliance's 111th straight successful launch aboard, of course, one of their Atlas V rockets. Since United Launch Alliance was formed in December 2006, it has yet to suffer a single mishap on any of its big rockets. So whereas we have sort of poked fun at them as not being quite as up to speed with SpaceX when it comes to efficiency and that kind of thing, at the same time, maybe this bureaucratic overhead or whatever the heck they do and spend all their money on at ULA has at least led to safety in launches, and they are touting that right now as a reason to do business with them. You're trying to figure out what the hell is going on in chat?
Yes, someone just said they're talking about the Note 7 catching on fire, probably because you're talking about the exploding rocket. And someone's like, the Note 8 should be better. And then someone said, someone just said like 8 is a bad number, or like I gave up on the number 8 after Windows 8.
8's lucky.
And now there's just nothing but 8s in chat for like miles.
Chad is a fickle a fickle creature.
It is YouTube.
It is YouTube. So
They're special.
who knows?
They're special.
Who knows what the hell is going on?
You guys
there.
are special out there on the YouTubes. We love you. You keep being you.
Anyway, so moving on here, because this segment is boring. ULA.
So much text.
ULA has had a lot of successful launches in a row. 111. Ariane has now had 74. They actually had 74 straight successes with their previous launch vehicle, Ariane 4, which they retired in 2003, and then Ariane 5 has now flown without a single incident since its inauguration in 2003. So, all this is to say that ULA at least.
Sorry,
Stop distracting.
There's an 8 war. Now
chat.
Twitch is doing it, and then it kickstarted YouTube doing it again, and now they're competing. Who can do the most 8s? This is madness.
Look, obviously
Or
this is
Sparta.
happening because everyone is so fascinated with my space information here that I'm telling.
Clearly everyone's engaged.
All right, United Launch Alliance has now announced RapidLaunch. So basically, they're allowing you to order a launch and get your shit into space in 3 months. They're doing this partially because they do not have enough military contracts to fill out their launch schedule. They have availability on the Atlas V manifest in 2017, says Kent Leitzau, ULA's Vice President of Business Development. So basically, this will allow you to get the fastest. It's like if you're like suddenly like, holy crap, I need to get this into space.
It's like Amazon Prime for space.
It's like Amazon Prime, exactly.
It's like 2-day shipping
Like,
up there?
well,
All right, let's do this.
Just throw it on there.
3
and
months
they,
shipping.
And they put it up there for you.
3 months shipping.
So yeah, allows customers to launch in as few as 3 months from placing their order.
You'll also get to watch like free movies on Space Prime if you subscribe.
Oh, nice.
For the 3-month shipping, you also get their whole
That is good.
inventory of streaming services.
You know what else is really good is this beer.
All space
Space
shows. You like it?
Yeah.
I had it like a week or two ago. I was supposed to give it to you for
Kind of splooshed.
2 weeks ago.
And
Awesome
then
Hardware.
you drank it yourself, didn't you?
I ended up drinking it.
I
was like, fuck Paul. I'm drinking this. This is for me.
What are the
It's
flavors
tasty.
in here I'm tasting? I don't. American hops.
Save it for the
Brown
sword
sugar.
fight.
Brown sugar and peanut butter essence.
You're just gonna use that later.
Oh yes.
They'll know what you guys will know what I'm talking about. when it
Well, you'll
happens.
know right now because that's what's next.
Sword fight already?
That is what next.
Happened
It
quickly.
is time for sword. Well, normally we'd have a sponsor spot, but we're actually.
Oh, yeah.
This video is brought to you by us today.
Yay! Isn't it
Go
always brought to
us.
us? Brought to us by us? Brought to them by us?
Yeah, but
But now it's only us.
But now it's just us.
We're the exclusive sponsor
We're the exclusive
of our
sponsors
show.
for today's show. All right, let's move on to sword fight. Yay for sword fight. This is where Kyle and I pick up controversial topics and we argue about them.
All right.
Again, kind of a slow news week, and we didn't want to argue about Apple stuff. So I reached out on Twitter, and I actually got a suggestion by Yota Ninja, Yota_Ninja on Twitter. A very simple question. A question that we have not asked before here on the show, but you'd think we would have argued at one point. What's the best type of beer?
Oh, that's easy.
Clearly, there's...
Bud Light.
It's a short list here as far as the options go. Oh, you know what I should be doing? Is
Jeez, you have a lot of options there. I guess there is a lot of beer.
I should be linking this in chat.
I'll handle the YouTubes.
Okay, I got Twitch.
Such
There's-
teamwork.
There's your straw poll, guys. So you
So
can
together.
vote on that. But there's so many different types of beer. Actually, and Kyle and I, while we drink lots of beer, I wouldn't call myself an expert by any stretch of the imagination.
I'm an expert drinker.
Kyle's an expert drinker.
Not an expert
so
beer reviewer.
I referred to this image here, which is also linked in the description if you guys want to check it out, in order to actually show all the different varieties of beer that are available around the world. The wide world of beers. So based on this, I've only given options for this first set of circles here, and that is why the list is better or worse depending on your perspective. I went for the first round, not the sub-varieties like, American lager, malt liquor. Like, obviously, I'd be all over the malt liquor, or the ice beer for sure.
Malt liquor,
But
baby. Mickey's.
Instead, we've kept it more simple. Pale ale, porter, stout,
This is
lambic ale, brown ale, American lager, German lager, European lager, pilsner, Irish ale, German ale, and Belgian ale.
Okay.
We have all those options here. We're going to decide this once and for all.
I'll let you go
And then-
first since you'll be wrong.
Okay. Since it's there, and since it has been one of my favorites lately, I'm going to go with brown ale. brown ale
Sorry, I got
is-
something in my
is
throat.
the best type
nose.
of beer. everyone should only drink brown ale. Why should you go for brown ale if you're going to drink some beer? I will tell you why. First off, you're going to have everyone who's really, like, they're all about the bitters and they're all about the hops. You know, the people who are into the IPAs and stuff like that.
Because it's delicious.
And let me tell you something about that. I can understand that to some degree. You kind of get into it, but what it does is it taints your palate. It's like putting a taint right on your palate.
That's not how the word is defined.
What?
Just continue.
All right, so, and then you get too attuned to those really, really hoppy tastes and everything, and then you actually can't appreciate the broader range of beers. It's like you're taking this whole world of beers as represented by that picture we just showed, and you've narrowed it down to something so simplistic that you can't appreciate the other varieties out there. Brown ale, it's not too heavy, it's not too light. It's right in the middle. It's not like a porter or something like that. It's not like a straight up ale or like a German ale or something like that. It's got enough weight to it to be substantial. It's got a little bit more sweetness to it, and I'm kind of a sweet guy, so I kind of lean that way, a little bit. And it's got the flavors in it that you would associate with beer. There's certain beers that are appropriate in certain situations. Like if you're sitting on a beach in Mexico, you want to drink like a Pacifico. If you're not a savage, or a Corona, if you're a hateful person. There's other types of beers that are, there's beers that are situational. Oh, in this situation, I will drink this beer. A brown ale, you can have it whenever. Like what? That's anyway.
That was the worst argument.
You're right. That's probably a pretty terrible argument
here on Awesome Hardware.
Because
I'm disappointed.
If you want a better argument, go to Beer Advocate, and you'll hear people use words to describe beer that is really
Yeah.
Really
I wouldn't want to go up against like Will Wheaton on this topic. He knows a lot about beer.
He does.
He had a beer named after him, the Woot Stout.
Oh yeah.
Even though that's not really named after him, but
No,
he helped collaborate with Stone, I think.
There's a wheat. There's a something wheat.
Will the wheat?
It's like Will Whitbeer or something.
No, you're right. Yeah,
something like that.
Anyway, here's why you're wrong, Paul. Basically, your whole argument was like, well, you can drink brown ale anytime, and other beers you can't, and other beers taste so strongly that you can't enjoy that on a beach. That was your argument. Now let me just tell you right now, I've enjoyed
pretty much what it boils down to.
I've enjoyed a classic IPA once or twice on the beach.
What are you voting for here?
IPA.
Okay.
I'm gonna go the IPA route because I'm drinking one right now. It's right in front of me.
Just to be clear, IPA is not an option, so Kyle is going for pale ale.
No, that is not what. I can go for IPA because IPA and pale ale are slightly different. Even though, yes.
According to the chart here,
your chart cannot be used as part of your argument.
Wide world of beer. It's on a chart.
I can
there's
use
pale ale, and then there's IPA. Pale ale is this lighter color orange, indicating the genus, and then this is like the species.
Yeah, but you can't just say I can't.
Then there's what you're drinking today, the double IPA.
Yeah,
which is right over there.
That's still a circle. See, I'm arguing for one of the circles. Any of those circles are good.
There's two lines, though, between that. I'm just trying to there's a hierarchy here. That's all I'm trying to maintain the hierarchy.
Some of the rules, some of the reasons, and some of the benefits of IPAs still apply to pale ales. For example, pale ales they have an aromatic essence. You never, stick your nose into a glass of brown ale and just, smell it before you drink it like a glass of wine. You wouldn't be like, that's definitely malt.
You don't do that with beer.
I do it with IPAs.
You just drink the beer.
No, IPAs are different because IPAs have that certain perfect blend of hops that gives you a beautiful floral
You just both
floral
insulted
note
people who do that with wine for being snooty, and also
I didn't insult
that was
wine
implied.
drinkers.
It was implied.
How?
It was clearly implied there. You have to rewind and watch the tape back.
How was that?
No, you were.
No, I'm saying you can't do that with a brown ale. You can't do what wine drinkers do with a brown ale, or at least no one ever does that. No one ever takes a glass of brown ale and smells it like a wine drinker would, appreciates the scent.
It's because they're not sophisticated.
There's no aromatic profile that's worth sniffing with a brown ale, like there is with an IPA, for example. And you get the floral taste, not only the scent, but it obviously goes hand in hand with the taste. The flavor is often very piney or grassy, you might say, and it's incredibly refreshing. On a hot summery day, an IPA can be extremely refreshing, I typically enjoy the bitterness. I think the bitterness is an acquired taste for sure, but once you can get over that hump, you're not a complete pussy. It really can be a rewarding thing to drink. A beautiful liquid that should be consumed by everyone of legal drinking responsible age. Short, sweet, to the point, and correct.
That's all right. And we always have to point out, as long as you're of a responsible, a legal,
I threw that in there.
Age. Yeah. No, it's very, we're covering all our bases. It's legal. It's all legal. All right. We've argued this enough, and there's all the options, and let's just see what the results are. Let's see what the results are.
German lager.
Oh my god.
It's like tied. Stout and German lager. Well, pale ale is 13%. I beat you.
German lager is pretty damn good.
Yeah, like Oktoberfest stuff.
Dude,
Spaten.
That's why I was really on the fence about even bringing this up, because I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I like lots of beers.
Where'd you end up?
Is it Porter? Wow, Porter's down there at the bottom. Lambic. I was expecting Lambic to be down there because it's just not as common. Like you don't see that as much. Pilsner, European. Screw you, European lager. Irish ale, really? I was expecting a little bit more for that. There was lots of options here, so all right. German lager wins. Kyle and I both lose.
Yep.
Although you did, I guess, technically you beat me.
I got top 3, baby. Ale. I got the bronze. I took home the bronze.
I got brown ale right down there.
You took home the brown.
Anyway, I'm curious, as this video is up, and not just the live audience is involved, but also the audience who can't view live. Because you guys can still go and vote. It's all linked in the description. And you can vote on it and stuff. Stop flailing your arms. It's dangerous. Okay. We have one more sword fight question to talk about. This one, I think, is really... If the beer question divided the audience...
The Verge?
This one... Sorry, I'm sorry to link the Verge here.
You should have gone to my friend's food website. He talked about this.
Someone has patented this thing right here. It is a hot dog hamburger hybrid. Mark Murray is the inventor.
Mark Murray.
The article's a little weird because it says he was granted a U.S. patent in 2009, but it also says he pitched his idea to Shark Tank Australia in 2015, and that he didn't have the patent. So I don't know if the patent was in 2009, or maybe he applied for it in 2009, but he does have a patent on it now. You can actually get a HamDog franchise, which is, I mean, if you guys can't tell here, it's all laid out right here. Here's the different figures of the design for the HamDog. You can actually start a HamDog franchise for $10,000. You get the HamDog marquee, and you can become a reseller of the HamDog.
This exists?
Yeah, and as you can see, this is
on that scale.
This is the Shark Tank.
There was a Shark Tank on this.
It's Shark Tank Australia, so.
It's not real Shark Tank.
Actually, I would think it would be much more dangerous in Australia. Australian sharks.
Giant spiders can just come out. Oh
yeah, so you got the hamburger and the hot dog in the same.
Very suggestive
thing, and the question here, obviously, is should this exist? And I'm gonna link the.
I don't know.
I'm gonna link this in chat.
I need to give this some thought.
There's your straw poll.
I got YouTube.
Kyle's got YouTube.
Boom.
So should this exist? Should this HamDog exist? We have yes, and it will be all I ever eat from now on. Yes, but only for special occasions, weddings, bar mitzvahs. No, they should all be destroyed, or no, we hit peak food with the turducken. I couldn't think of any other clever. Responses for that. So there you go. Basically, you got a yes or a no option.
Okay.
What do you think here, Kyle?
I am gonna say. I'm gonna say no, and my answer is pretty simple. I mean, I haven't really done too much research on this topic, but I think a hot dog is already amazing, and a hamburger is already amazing. Combining the two, it's like two different types of meats, but not really done in the right way. Like, there's not enough other condiments that are going to bind those two types of meats to make them mesh really well together. I mean, they mesh well physically, and there's literally a hot dog in the middle of a fucking hamburger patty. That's genius. But on a flavor level, I don't think there's enough chemistry to actually make the hot dog meat and the hamburger meat taste well together. Unless you're just like a huge meat horn dog or something. I don't know, this play on words. But I also think that if you have something that you can do or make, you should just You should not half-ass the thing. You should, like, I don't know. You should. It's like a specialty thing. Like, you're not gonna you specialize in hot dogs, and you make one hot dog as good as you possibly can, and you make one hamburger as good as you possibly can, and it should just be able to exist on its own without needing anything else if you do it right. But I feel like if you just combine the two, I don't know. It doesn't mesh well to me. I think it's also awkward. It looks weird, and it's not appetizing to look at, which is a part of the dining experience, I will say. I mean, nothing turns me on more than a fat, juicy hamburger staring me in the face, or a hot dog just happy to see me. So yeah, I think it's a bad call.
Okay, I'm just amazed at how divided chat is right now by this entire the proceedings going on here. All right, so
Kill it with fire.
I will obviously have to vote for yes, and I have the options of yes only occasionally or yes all the time. I'm gonna say yes, and it'll be all I eat from now on. Only because I have to argue this, and obviously I don't have access to the HamDog right now, so I can't back this up with my actual dietary habits from this point onward. But I will give a strong argument for it nonetheless, which is basically like it's all about efficiency, and especially in America, and especially when it comes to eating. Like, eating is a pain in the ass. Like, right? It's like you get hungry, and like, fuck, I have to eat. I have to get food, and like, I eat it, and now I'm not pissed off anymore. I can go back in, I can keep working or doing whatever the hell I was doing. Like, eating is annoying, right? So what you want to do is you want to eat, and you want to eat as quickly and as efficiently as possible. And what the HamDog allows you to do is get your entire daily allotted value of both meat as well as hot dog bun in a single efficient meal. And you eat it all together. And if you want vegetables or whatever, that's what you put the condiments on there for. You put the condiments on there, it gives you vegetables, and that's where you get your health food. You know, that's healthiness. And then you can just eat those. Basically, I wouldn't. Now, I don't want to go crazy here. I wouldn't recommend these for breakfast. It's not a breakfast food. But lunch and dinner, every day, HamDog. You'd be the picture of health, I think. And you wouldn't have to think about. You wouldn't have. This is the key thing. I mean, granted, you'd be like, well, I want to eat the same thing every day. You won't have to think about it. You just be like, oh, I'm hungry. HamDog. Eat it, and then you're good.
I don't know.
I think that's the best option.
The bun weirds me out.
What are you talking about? Look at this cross section they have here.
I know, it's weird.
Look at that.
I don't know
the dome. This is the dome. I like the side view here. So this is a side view. This is the hamburger bun.
It's one of those spinner hats
with a fan
on it.
The hot dog bun sticking on it. This is the front view. Like, if you were looking at a dick straight on, it would look almost exactly the same as this.
What, with like squashed balls?
If the
like
balls,
a squashed ball sack?
If the dick was set on a table so that the balls
it's just resting on a table.
We're sitting on either side.
Relaxed
That's
penis.
What that would be.
Cock and balls.
Anyway, let's move on. Results. They should all be destroyed. Wow.
Clean sweep.
Coming in a close second, yes, and it will be all I eat from now on. We hit peak food with the turducken. The turducken is a
thing of beauty.
It's
magical.
insanely appetizing. All right, let's move on to the final segment of my half of the show, which is news. Tech news.
Tech news. There it is.
All right, so let's start with the GoPro. GoPro has they made some big announcements. Was this today or yesterday? This was yesterday. You guys into GoPro stuff? What?
No, sorry.
You shut up.
Hi, Joker.
Shut your mouth. Oh, Joker's here?
Joker's here.
What's up, Joker?
Everyone say hi, Joker.
I also wanted to say a shout out to Cell for
yes, Cell for
holding
modding
things down in chat,
as well as
Mike.
Spider.
Mike's there.
Spider and Mike.
Spider's here too.
Spider and Mike.
Thanks for being here, you guys.
Mike and Spider. Spider and Mike.
All right. Yeah. So what was I talking about? The GoPro Hero 5, Session 5, and Karma Drone have all been announced.
Karma Drone.
And
X.
There you go. There's a dude on stage be like, "Yo, you want a GoPro, brah?"
Are these all related? Are they all by GoPro?
Yes, they're all made by GoPro.
Okay. I've never heard of these. I haven't heard of these.
There's the Hero 5 Black, which is the first flagship action camera since the Hero 4 was announced back in 2014.
Makes sense.
That is it
chronologically.
Right there.
5 is after 4. Yes.
That is true. I hate when I zoom and it doesn't zoom. It just makes things almost the same size, but kind of different.
It's kind of got a reskinned look to it.
So that's the Hero 5
nice
Black.
Matte aesthetic.
Yeah. There's also the Hero 5 Session,
Session.
which are the ones on the sides. Here's the Session. Look how tiny it is. It's basically like a little it's like a lens, and where's everything else?
So it's even tinier than a regular GoPro?
Yes, it's very tiny. That is the Session. Right there.
So what is the difference other than it just being smaller?
Well, thank you for asking that, Kyle. I have the answers right here. Both are compatible with the Karma drone. Let's show you the Karma drone.
Oh, so you can just mount it to the drone.
Yeah, there's the
Ooh,
drone.
I don't know, man. DJI makes some good drones, bro. They're gonna have
GoPro. It's all about the GoPro.
I don't know. They got some pretty good cameras on them too. That DJI Phantom 4, yo, is lit.
Can they fold up? Hold on,
I need it to fold up.
I'm trying to get this drone video to actually show me a picture of the damn drone.
I mean, how much? I mean,
it folds up. Look, it folds up and fits in this little case.
That is not
like that.
No one cares.
That's kind of fun.
No.
Anyway, all right. So, yeah, both are compatible with the drone. The Hero 5 Black is $400, $399. Hero 5 Session, this little guy, is $299 or $300.
Less resolution, perhaps.
Getting to that, both of them can shoot 4K 30 frames per second video. They can also both do 1080 60 video if you prefer the frame rate over the resolution.
So slow-mo is the difference.
Yes, they are both water resistant out of the box as well, up to 33 feet without a housing. That's pretty cool.
That's nice.
As in, like, this right here is already waterproof. You don't need the damn plastic shell to go around the outside.
Yeah, it was cumbersome.
This is the Hero 5 Black. It is like a more rugged Hero 4, as is described. It does shoot higher resolution photos, 12 megapixel, versus the Session, which is 10 megapixel. It has that 2-inch LCD touch. This is actually a touch screen. Wait, where is it?
On the front?
On the back.
Oh, on the back.
There's a 2-inch LCD touchscreen on the back, which is actually really cool. Because touchscreen means, like, with firmware updates and whatever, they adding new functionality or buttons to push or whatever. They also both have voice activation, which is pretty cool. Built-in GPS. They can capture raw photos. I'm sorry, the 5 Black can capture raw photos and wide dynamic range and has a built-in GPS. The Session can do 10 megapixel photos, does not have the ability to capture RAWs or do wide dynamic range video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway, these are designed with a simpler interface menu, one-button operation, stereo mics. They have electronic image stabilization, which is actually listed as a con due to the fact that Sony's newest action cameras have mechanical or optical image stabilization.
Yeah.
This is using digital image stabilization, which isn't as good.
Yeah.
And then there's the Karma drone, which is right here.
Do they have a picture of the controller?
Of the drone?
Yeah, the drone controller.
Let's see. Yes, it's right here. Here's the Karma drone.
It almost looks like an Nvidia
controller.
Shield at first.
It kind of does.
It's all big and bulky.
Karma drone
pop-out screen.
Costs $800 or $799. Or you can get it along with the Hero 5 for $1,099. Or you can get it with the Hero 5 for $1,000.
Oh, I don't know. I don't like how short the joysticks are.
Which is basically $100 off the price of what you would buy just the Hero 5 or the Session by itself. Yeah, the controller is clamshell, as you can see here. One half of it is a touchscreen display up on top, and then it's got 2 joysticks on the bottom. And there's not a whole lot. I mean, they have a demo video that they were showing up here of controlling it and stuff and moving it around. But you know, there's not a lot of these out in the wild yet. It's just what GoPro has revealed so far, so there's not too many more details about that. On the front of the drone, though, there is a 3-axis gimbal for the camera. It is positioned towards the front of the drone, not underneath the drone, and that is to eliminate the appearance of rotors potentially. And I think that's all. Yeah, that's all.
All right.
GoPro. Fun stuff. Do you want one?
I want a Phantom 4.
Those
things are bad ass. Did you see Ash Taylor's video on it?
No.
Oh my god, it's so good. Go watch Ash Taylor's video. Go watch all of his videos, but especially the one on the DJI Phantom 4.
Do we really want people to watch Ash's videos? They'd realize, like, his videos are way better than ours.
And they'd be like, what the fuck are you guys doing, Paul and Kyle? Why don't you guys do what Ash does?
How come your videos aren't inspirational and they don't have as much
storylines and plots and character development?
They make me feel like I'm alive. All that stuff. Damn it, Ash! No, keep doing what you're doing, Ash.
Yes.
Your videos are freaking awesome.
GG, man. GG. But yeah, that drone is legit. Like all the tracking features it has.
How much is it?
It's I think 1,100, maybe 1,200. Okay. So a bit more expensive than this, but like a lot of the safety features, like you can just run it. Like I could give it to a 12-year-old. 12-year-old's not going to crash it because the drone will just stop itself. It's got like 2 cameras underneath and in front of it. It'll just like stop before it hits a wall or a tree or anything like that. It's got the return to home button. It's also really good on tracking. You can just I can drive a car and just have the drone. All right, go after it, and then like the camera will always be on the car. The car will always be centered in the frame.
So it's like Josh-proof? It
makes a lot of two-man operations, because, you know, in film, when they do drone movements, usually they have one guy, they have 2 controllers for one drone. So one guy's just piloting it, and the other guy's just doing camera work. But the Phantom 4 has such good tracking for the camera that now you only need one person to do, like, what was originally a 2-man job, which is pretty insane.
That's cool. Hey, sorry, guys. I am not seeing donation links.
Neither am I.
Right?
Donations are coming up.
None of them have popped up.
What? I have not seen a single donation. And usually it's really apparent.
Usually it's in green text. No, I'm just seeing chat, people saying donations, read donation links. And I am sorry, guys. I do not know what the hell is going on right now.
Yeah.
I see none of them.
Right.
There's no green anywhere.
Nothing. Must be YouTube.
YouTube
being shitty.
I really wish YouTube had some option to filter that out. So I am.
Really should.
I'm really sorry about that, guys.
It sucks.
I don't know what to do.
But thank you.
Thank
you to whoever has been donating or who has donated during the stream. We really do appreciate it. I'm sorry that we can't read out your comment that you attached to that donation like we usually do.
Yeah, Matt Kiley says he did one at the start of the show. Matt, thank you. I'm sorry if it didn't actually appear or anything like that. I'm using Chrome. If it doesn't work in Chrome,
I'm using Edge, so I mean
Kyle's using Edge.
Just for Twitch chat. Yeah. Everything else is on Chrome. Don't crucify me.
Yeah, I usually use Chrome and Firefox both. I kind of use both for different things. So yeah, sorry again, guys, about the potential lack of donation comments showing
but
up.
It is very much appreciated.
And warning, no one else donate. Unless you don't care about your comment being read.
Right.
Alright. Gears of War 4. An exciting new game that Kyle has more information about on his side of the show during the Games Report.
It's better.
Gears of War 4 will be free with Nvidia GTX 1070 and 1080 GPUs for a limited time. It's kind of cool. I like free games with graphics cards.
Hell yeah.
I think it is a great way to give some added value to, especially if you're buying, dropping $300-$500 on a GPU. Yep. Getting especially like a AAA title that you're like, I would have spent $50 on that anyway. Mm-hmm. I think it's a great option. So this is only for limited time, so bear that in mind.
Never settle.
Back to my damn
forever
notes. Between September 20th, so it started today, and October 30th. So you only have a little over a month to do this. But if you happen to buy a 1070 or a 1080 GPU in that time frame, this is worldwide except for Japan. Sorry, Japanese people, you're screwed. No, I don't know why Japan is excluded, but it's everywhere except Japan.
They probably deserve it.
It's also limited quantities, which seems weird since it's a video game, which is a digital title. Copy. How was that limited? No, but
it's probably just like it's marketing.
Yeah, it's marketing stuff. It's so they can cut it off if they're really hemorrhaging money or something like that, which I doubt will be the case. Also, this applies to both desktop and laptops. So not just getting a desktop graphics card to drop in your desktop, but also since 1060s, 1070s, and 1080s can now be integrated into laptops, you buy the laptop, you also get the game.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
That's nice.
Yeah, I like that. So
that is nice.
Eyes out for that, and more on Gears of War 4 when we get over to Kyle's half of the show.
Word.
Look at this. Oh, I didn't even realize I still had this up the whole time. Sorry. Look at this SanDisk SD card. It's a friggin' terabyte. Look how big it is.
What?
I also assume it's like 5 times the size.
Oh, donations are working now.
What?
What the fuck? That's the first one I've
seen. All right, DV Chow. Thank you for your $5 donation. And yeah, we eat booty every night. Every freaking night.
Have we just not looked at chat that long? I don't
think
so.
I scrolled all the way back up. There's nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing.
It's not showing. I don't know.
YouTube is fucking with us.
I got no idea what's going on with the YouTube and the donations and stuff.
Do you eat booty, Paul?
Yes. I already answered that. You're not paying attention to me.
I just wanted to hear you say it again.
Oh, okay. Well,
for good measure.
It's recorded, so everyone.
And you have pretty eyes.
Everyone can play it back. That's,
Which just to add that
I'm
level 5
I'm-
creepiness
I'm
on there.
so flattered.
Yeah.
All right, so basically SanDisk made a 1 terabyte SD card to prove to the world that you can continually be like, wow, look how much storage is in this tiny little thing. Which just keeps you.
It's a dick measuring
You can
contest.
still do that now. They say they're making this for accommodations for videographers and that kind of thing. 4K, 6K, 8K video. Yeah, you need lots of storage space for that kind of thing. 360 video as well. VR content. They have not released any pricing on this.
Probably
which
like
was my
500.
biggest question.
Maybe
how
like
much?
$350,
How much does this freaking thing cost?
Probably like 400.
400 is what we're guessing. So I did a. This isn't going to show anything. No, it's not.
I would assume.
I did just a Google search for 512 gig card. It looks like the 512 cards are between $200 and $300 right now. Unless
read the latest donation.
Unless you. Oh no way! Really?
That's fucking awesome.
That is awesome.
Thank you very much, Matt, for the donation.
They
Apparently,
not-
Matt started his job at Newegg today, and apparently Paul and I were in the training videos.
Really?
So I'll
They're
be hitting up Newegg.
We're not getting any residuals.
Yeah,
for
I'm
that,
hitting up
are we?
Newegg for a little bit of royalties on
We're
that one.
Clearly using our image. No.
You're gonna do a horrible job at Newegg if you were watching us in the training videos. Just
Why-
do the opposite of what we did. No, we actually did a good job. Follow us.
Kind of
on
wonder
Twitter.
where he started. I would guess customer service, but
Video team.
there's a whole maybe the video team. Did they make the video team make a video on how to be on the video team? Because that would be appropriate.
But then who made the video if they didn't have the
Yeah.
video team to begin with? All right. Well, that's cool. I like high capacity. What SD cards are you rocking, Paul? What capacity?
What? I have 3 64 gig cards that I use on my 3 cameras.
64 gig.
You have two. You have
That's
256 gig ones, right?
I do, and I'm still waiting for the day where I actually use them up.
Yeah.
I've gone weeks without not formatting and just shot video after video. Like it doesn't fill up, and I'm shooting 1080, granted still, but even 4K, I feel like it's a good amount.
I might. Yeah, I'm probably gonna start to feel the burn a little bit more as I switch to 4K full time, because I'm trying to do that, and yeah. Anyway.
I guess
Right.
I have to do that now. I guess I have to do 4K now. Thanks,
Maybe
Paul.
you should.
Jeez.
One last story
Phase
here.
me out.
Google Pixel phones. I'm actually vaguely excited for this. I kind of keep a sort of loose. This is not the right. I can't phrase things right. I don't follow the cell phone market. You know, the smartphone thing. That's constantly new phones and everything. I don't follow it that closely.
Neither do I.
But I do kind of keep an eye on it here and there.
Yeah. It's always.
I like Nexus phones though. I had a Nexus 6 for a while. I really enjoyed it, and the phones that get just straight up Android and they get all the Android updates and there's no skins on them or any nonsense like that going on. My wife has a Nexus 5X though, and she's actually had some problems recently. So it's not a completely rosy story where that comes from. But given that I will be getting a new phone in the next few months, this could be an option for me. Anyway, this is the Pixel. It's going to be an actual Google phone. It's made by HTC, and these are some leaked photos of it, or purportedly leaked photos of it. These are from Android Police, and these could be totally false. So everyone...
It looks like an iPhone.
Yes, and that is
It
what
looks
all
a
the
shit
things
ton
say.
like an iPhone.
It's like, oh my god, it just looks exactly like an
Holy
iPhone, and there's
shit.
questions of like, did they just copy an iPhone or whatever?
Yeah.
To be fair, I mean, how much real design work can you do with something that's that size and shape? Yeah, you can do some stuff, I guess. But HTC, since HTC is designing these, has used a similar design for previous models, according to Engadget at least. We are able to see that it has a fingerprint sensor in the middle of the shinier glass-like section.
Why is the fingerprint thing blurred out?
I don't know. They're blurring out like IMEI numbers. They're blurring out stuff.
But on the front of
that
it,
might make it identifiable. I don't know. I don't know why.
maybe because it's just an iPhone. They don't.
Maybe
want
it's
you
just
to
an
know.
iPhone, and these are just pictures of an iPhone. Like,
Some
oh my
bullshit
god,
article.
it's a Pixel, or whatever. But
Dude. Oh wait,
What?
Are you sure that's like? What's the caption for that photo? Are they saying that's just like an iPhone?
That is the image credit from anonymous alligator on Android Police.
But does it say this is an iPhone, or does it say this is the Pixel?
In the photo of the phone's backside, you can see a fingerprint sensor. You can also see a snapshot of the phone's screens with their thick bezels below.
So close.
Yes, it's very similar. But what about that black thing right there?
The black thing is above the speaker.
It's above
on the iPhone.
You're right. See,
it's above the yeah.
Totally different.
Yep.
It's new design.
Innovative.
Sweet. It's good
so
stuff.
what else do we need to know about this phone other than it looks like the iPhone?
That's all. That's all I have to tell. There's really light on actual information. It's supposed to launch in the next month or two though, pre-holiday season, so that's cool. And yeah, I'll keep an eye out for it. I'll probably follow rumors on this one a little bit more closely because, I mean, it's just the confluence of things right now. It's like HTC. I like HTC phones. My wife had an HTC One for quite a while. It wasn't a phone that I used, but I used hers like from time to time, and I really liked it. I think HTC does a good job. I like Nexus phones. It's launching at a time which is right when I need new phones. Anyway, though, that's all for my half of the show.
That's all for now.
Thanks, you guys, so much, all y'all, for joining us. We're gonna quickly check and see if any of you have ordered stuff on our stores.
Yes.
That's usually what we do at this point in the show.
Yes.
And then we'll be moving on with Kyle's half of the show.
Yes.
He has exciting things to talk about.
No.
Oh my gosh, I have a bunch of orders. Wow.
But damn.
Substantial amounts. All right. Are you getting yours ready too?
Yeah.
David. A Johnson for you, David. Got the thumbscrew shirt, the tri-blend version. I need to get myself one of them tri-blend.
Oh, David B.
David. Yes, indeed.
David B. Woo, Double Johnson.
David gets a double Johnson.
Woo. Thank you very much,
Thanks,
David. Appreciate that, brother.
Anthony from Canada. Got the English pub glass. I'm glad those are back in stock. I actually had quite a few people asking me when those will be coming back. So thank you, Anthony, for your order.
Nice.
Wes as well.
West Side.
Wes from the U.S. Got a thumbscrew in gray shirt. Also a nice one. I'm wearing the blue version of that shirt today. Also, Eric. Thank you as well. Got the Zero Insertion Force shirt in gray.
Johnson.
I'm forgetting to say Johnson.
You actually have to give them the Johnson.
You gotta give him that Johnson.
Johnson.
And then two more. Hold on. Jason. Johnson for Jason.
Jason Johnson.
Got the mug and the thumbscrew shirt. Thank you so much, Jason. And finally, Robert. Also got an English pub glass. Johnson for you, Robert. Thank you so much. Thanks to all you guys for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button as well.
I didn't announce my Johnsons.
Oh, Kyle's got
Give me a
Johnsons.
sec.
I'm sorry.
We got a Johnson for Anthony. Thank you very much, Anthony, for picking up a Stay Positive shirt. I do appreciate that. Again, one for David for the double Johnson. Thank you very much.
Anthony was a double too.
Yes, he was.
Anthony
was a
Anthony
double?
was a double.
Double Johnson, Anthony.
Yes.
Thank you very much. BIOS Flasher shirt. Thank you for picking up one of those. Nice. Eric is a double Johnson. Double Johnson.
Are you missing all these double Johnsons?
I was saving for later. And then, did you say Patrick?
No, I don't.
Okay, Patrick. Thank you very much. You get a single Johnson, however, for picking up a BIOS Flasher shirt in heavy metal gray. Thank you very much, sir. All right.
All right, that's all for my half of the show.
All right.
Thumbs up buttons, all the links to all the stuff we talked about is down in the description below, as well as a link to Kyle's half of the show, where everyone should go. If you're on Twitch, we will be still rolling live. If you're on YouTube, we will be back in just a few minutes on Kyle's channel.
We will. Don't go anywhere. I'll know.
Kyle will know.
Probably won't.